is TTB After Dark, episode 43, 50 Shades of J.P. Morgan. That's a subtitle. That is April 30th, 2026, Thursday. And y'all know the deal. Like, share, and subscribe. Stream Elements link will be on in the chat. And Cash App is in the bylines. Hold on. Let me see if I could. I'm good. All right. So we got a couple things. I'm gonna start with this. This happened. TMZ reported this. This happened on Kamala. Kamala's actually surging the polls right now. So we're gonna have to pay attention to that. But on the Democrat side, so this is what happened when she was making a speech. And this is a little funny. I saw this already, but here we go.
I don't think so, because if you thought no king's rallies were a thing, people would take to the streets if they tried to cancel it. No, they had an agenda that has been in place for decades.
He knocked out.
To get to this very moment and beyond.
Oh, he might not be asleep.
To make it so
difficult. Let's see.
In politics,
oh shit, he might be asleep.
In a variety of ways, although we've done good work also, but then and hope people will follow.
He knocked out.
Have some people who just encourage you to just go for it and challenge the status quo.
He might be snoring.
Fight the system on behalf of the people.
Yeah, they're just basically showing what's called saxophone player snoring and sleep and stuff. So yeah, that happened. That was going around, and President Trump got this quote. I'm gonna play this. So he was asking him about NATO, the status of NATO. Here we go.
Would you be considering the same thing for Spain and Italy? I mean, they haven't been exactly on board.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I probably will. Why should I? Look, why shouldn't I? Italy has not.
Hate is a strong word, man. It's chill out on that.
Spain has been horrible, absolutely horrible. It's NATO. It's not even the fact that they're bad. It's one thing if they said nicely, or if they said, okay, we'll help, but the help's a little slow. But the level, and we helped them with Ukraine. They made a mess out of Ukraine, a total mess.
Yeah.
And we helped them with Ukraine. Ukraine has nothing to do. We're an ocean apart. It has to do with them.
Okay, I feel you.
We helped them. And
by the way, do I sound good? I had to do a little.
It was insane. It's one of the reasons the war went on. But
yeah, that sound way better.
When we needed them, they were not there. We have to remember that. And so if we ever have a big one, because we didn't need any help with Iran. We had Iran right from the first day. It was over.
Appreciate it.
It was over. And now it's even more so. We're so locked and loaded if we want to do. But we didn't need the help. And to a certain extent, I asked them, I didn't need the help, but I said, yeah, we'd love to have you help because I wanted to see if they do it. And they, in all cases, they said, we don't want to get involved. And the amazing thing is they use the Strait of Hormuz. We don't. We don't use it. We don't need it. We have a lot of oil. Well, wait a minute. And they use it. We don't. And you would have thought they would have said, we would love to help you. But they didn't, which I think was a very, and Germany, I mean, he's doing a terrible job. He's got immigration problems. He's got energy problems. He's got problems of all kinds. And he's got a big problem with Ukraine.
Yeah, so this is what you call, this is him pacing. This is negotiation tactic, what he just did right there. So because he knows what he just said, like a lot of the European countries, our NATO allies, they use the Strait of Hormuz to get oil out of the Gulf states, of course. And that goes along with what Qatar just did. What's up, Genesis One? What Qatar just did and everything. everything goes together where he can negotiate and get more favorable deals when it comes to defense and everything in that nature, trade deals or whatnot. So this is all negotiating tactics. Do I think here it's a good chance? Because here's the thing: when people talk about NATO, right? When NATO was established, it was all to like defend against the what's up machine fit, defend against the Soviet Union. Everybody, the whole Soviet Union, the Eastern Bloc countries and whatnot, right? So there was no European Union at the time. The, the fact that we got a European Union right now kind of makes NATO obsolete to a point. Now, will we have trade deals and defense pact deals with certain countries like like the Poland's, the Baltic states like Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. I can never say that right. Those countries like that, yeah, they put more like have a some type of defensive pact deal. Might have a defensive pact. Might have a trade deal with both Russia and Ukraine in that stuff. I mean, that's still possible because like Russia overall would benefit. They benefits if that war stops. Like Putin would definitely need to find a off ramp to get out of that war, which is still going on as we speak. Same with Ukraine, and a lot of the situation is the EU doesn't want. They want a certain type of situation. Ukraine. They want Ukraine in it, of course, because Ukraine got a lot of natural resources, but they kind of want it as whole, so they could they help rebuild it, but then Ukraine be probably giving up a lot of their natural resources to the European Union. And like I said, they all got their own agendas. It's just not Trump ain't the only one that got agenda. They all got agenda. You just gotta know that, man. Like so, Trump is in the right of like telling them, hey, you know what, we could go ahead and dissolve NATO since y'all got your European Union, y'all got decent defense, and I mean, we already saw how Russia performed in Ukraine. Like they're not ready for the big stage like that unless they use they use some tactical nuke type situation, which that kind of defeat the purpose of taking over Europe. You know, the thing what will happen is because like right now Europe is not the same Europe that when NATO came about. Like you got, like I said, the immigration issue that is an issue, and you if it doesn't get like resolved 10, 20, maybe like 5 years from now, we're gonna have a different type of Europe that's going to be what it's going to be a 1930s Germany wet dream in a lot of cases because of what you brought in there. And then they got a, like I said, got a military. They got military assets. And, all it takes is a minority end up become a larger minority that could, shape the foundation of the political scene there. I'm talking about all of Europe, outside of like your Hungaries and Polands and Serbias and stuff like that, which they have a natural, you know, resonation. They're not going to just fall victim to that. Like Poland's one of Poland's greatest moments as a country was to beat back the Ottomans back in when they almost took over the whole I think in Vienna. They almost took the whole of Europe. That's like their main. It's almost like they're like they battle Waterloo or you know the battle Okinawa for us or whatever. One of in Battle of Bulge type situation where they they took they pretty much stopped the Turks taking over the whole of Europe. So yeah, they're gonna be very resentful of that situation. So yeah, but as in Italy, I think he's negotiating with Italy. Like we do a lot of business with Italy. Spain on other things, he might be for real on Spain because Spain they got civil unrest there. Like there might be a civil war in Spain if they keep up. You might have annexations and all kinds of crazy stuff. So just pay attention to that. That if anything in Europe that pops off, it'll be in Spain. So, oh, this is a 10-minute video. So, going back to more on Iran stuff before we get to the get to some of the crazy stories that are going on right now with JP Morgan Chase. It looks like this might be a little posturing. It might be, you never know with Trump when it comes to like he already dropped pressed the button on Iran already. So with this might be halfway posturing, halfway, hey, this might go down. So let's read. I'm not gonna go to the whole 10-minute video.
Fox News alert, it's decision time. CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper has just briefed the president in the Situation Room about what could be the final blow. The U.S. military is preparing for a short and powerful wave of strikes. Targets include the enemy's remaining military assets, leadership, and infrastructure.
Iran is proving to be very stubborn. The talks seem like they are stalled. Are you getting antsy to break the ceasefire?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what stubborn is because really nobody knows what the talks are except myself and a couple of other people. They want to make a deal badly.
In case the Iranians needed a little nudge, the Pentagon's contemplating bringing a brand new weapon to the battlefield.
Oh, shit.
The mother of all hypersonics, the Dark Eagle. It can hit targets 2,000
That's a
miles away.
badass name, by the way.
The enemy's last ballistic missile launchers are.
That's like a you ever play Marvel vs. Capcom when if you do a super a certain super combo and you beat them, they'll put a flash of Dark Eagle or Final Justice or Maximum Spider, like little stuff like that, man. Like that, a gamer made that name for that missile. A gamer did that.
Are in the crosshairs. B-1 bombers have been surging into the region, and they can be armed with up to 5,000 pounds of hypersonics. It's a big payload. We're about to hit day 60 of the war. And if we're going by the book, and if you're asking Congress, that means the deadline for Operation Epic Fury expires tomorrow.
Epic
But
Fury.
Trump could
Yeah,
also
again,
do what
that's a
Clinton
game
and
of
Obama
that's a
did,
game of
ignore Congress and keep firing.
somebody play fighting games.
The
named this
Secretary
shit.
of War says technically we paused the clock 2 weeks ago.
Is the president intending to either seek congressional authorization for the war in Iran or send us the legally required certification that he needs an additional 30 days to remove U.S. forces?
We are in a ceasefire right now, which our understanding means the 60-day clock pauses or stops in a ceasefire.
If Kane's right, that means Trump has 24 hours. The president's being presented with options. On top of airstrikes, Admiral Cooper also reportedly briefed the president on seizing the strait, a ground assault on the coastline and strategic islands, which would be a shame for Iran because today they're celebrating Persian Gulf Day. Here's a quote from the gay Ayatollah. Foreigners who come from thousands of kilometers.
Jesse, that's petty. You didn't have to say that, man. That's petty, man. Let him live his truth, man. That's petty.
Away with greedy intentions have no place there except at the bottom of the waters. Tough talk from a guy with no lips.
Really, Jesse? Man, boy, Jesse petty today, man.
And the only ships at the bottom of the water are Iranian. We've also turned around 44 vessels heading into and out of their ports.
Yep.
We even seized some. What's the regime done about it? Nothing, because they can't. The troops aboard the USS New Orleans have been enforcing the embargo in the Arabian Sea, intimidating any possible blockade runners. The USS Gerald Ford still seeing action. It's stationed in the Red Sea. We have 3 carriers in the region and a lot of fire.
So, that's a lot of stuff there. So, something gonna have to give, man. Like, we're gonna see. Like, I did predict this is probably gonna end sometime this month. We got World Cup coming. We got the 250th anniversary of this country coming. Summertime's coming. What we might be seeing is the start of the end. Because, like, here's the thing. he could literally decimate whatever's left there, and whatever going on in that country, it could be pretty much a media blackout for a large period of time of this year. And as long as the oil flowing and the gas going down and everything, nobody's gonna care about it. It's gonna be one of those, you know, hey, guess what happened? Look what's happened on Iran. Now you're gonna have people online worried about it and everything, but he could fuck them up so bad that they're gonna probably go dark and nobody will ever talk, not even gonna bring it up. It'll be something new on the media. The media gonna just chase anything negative Trump anyway. But if he could get this to a point where the strait is pretty much open and gas and everything going through, and it dropped down this oil prices, it's a net win. Now, if the people got to stand up and people got to do what they got to do in Iran to make sure that part is cleaned up and everything, because I got a feeling it's gonna be bad in that country if they do what they about to do. That's my overall take on the situation.
Firepower. The State Department's drumming up an international naval alliance in conjunction with Central Command to secure safe passage through the strait. And Friday's the deadline to get on board. We'll see if we have any takers. But America's alliances are ironclad compared to Iran's.
Yep.
A new Middle East is forming, and all the regime can do is watch. The Arabs and the Jews are forging a military and financial alliance. Israel just shared the Iron Dome system with the UAE. First time Israel's ever been that generous with the system. And OPEC is starting to break. The UAE just became a free agent, and they're building pipelines that skip the strait. Iran's sugar daddies, Russia and China, they're on the sidelines. You want to talk about a quagmire? Putin's getting nowhere in Ukraine, and China's economy is starting to crack. The whole
I posted a video from a China YouTuber, and I think Lao Wai, 86, something like that. So apparently what's going on there, like China got a horrible homeless epidemic going on there. They won't call it a homeless epidemic because you have to read between the lines, but like from what I'm seeing, it's really bad over there. And it's a lot of because like it's a lot of stuff going on. Like you had to watch the video. He was explaining like the whole culture, how Chinese view like the ashes and the ancestors type of stuff. They view it a certain way, and there's a lot of people having unclaimed ashes going on. It's a whole video about that. It's a testament to what's actually going on at the economic side of it, because this closing the Strait of Hormuz hurts China probably the most, because like they don't make their own energy. They don't have energy resources like we do in like Russia or whatever. So like I think the number was like over 40% of their oil came from Iran or something like that, maybe more. I mean, I'm probably lowballing it, but like, yeah, that's a bad deal, man. And then the terrorists kicking their ass. Then like it's a lot of other stuff. But hey, let's read.
Pacific is swimming with American sailors. Our special forces there have been conducting search and seizure training exercises along our Philippine allies. What are we hearing from the Iranians? They're begging us to drop the blockade. And the gay Ayatollah just announced he's going to guard his nuclear tech like his borders. President Trump says, sure you are.
We want to get the nuclear dust. It's way down there. You need excavators and everything to get it. But we want to get it. We'll take it one way or the other. We'll get it. We'll either get it or we'll take it.
CENTCOM's already drawn up a plan to seize the uranium.
Get down later.
The CENTCOM commander briefed the president on that today, so we're ready. The Iranians aren't.
It's actually seditious, in my opinion. You read the New York Times, you actually think they're winning the war. They're sitting in a cave and all their leaders are dead. Everyone's dead around them. Missiles are all over the place. They have no Navy. They have no Air Force. They have no nothing.
Damn.
We can fly right over the middle of Tehran without being shot at because they have no anti-aircraft. They have nothing. and they're reading that they're winning the war. They're trying to figure it out. They get the New York Times, I guess, in some form, and they think we're crazy.
Usually the country with the dead leaders.
Now, I'll ask y'all a question. With his demeanor alone, is that telling you any panic? That's showing you any panic, any concern? Like, he looked very confident. He looked very relaxed, just saying, hey, yeah, they can't do nothing. They need to go and get a deal. Or you're going to make me do something I don't want to do. That's the vibe I'm getting from him. Maybe don't trust your lying eyes, and hey, everything's bad, and we losing everything, blah, blah, blah. You might, hey, well, the gas price is up. The gas price is up with Biden. And y'all ain't about the gas anyway. So that argument don't even sit well anymore. Like, literally everything was up when Biden. Like, at least the other things are down. Now, he does need to end. I would say this, he does need to end this in a time frame, a good time frame. Like I've been saying, like this should not go through the midterms. Oh, speaking of midterms, that just remind me. That just remind me. I gotta put this. So we hear that. So speaking of midterms, the Supreme Court, in opinion, 6-3 opinion, the Supreme Court has declared Louisiana congressional map an unconstitutional racial gerrymander. The ruling will constrain states' use of race as a factor when drawing congressional maps. So, the threat of the House, because now if the Supreme Court announced this, that means every state that was doing that created districts based off of race, that they basically saying, the Supreme Court basically saying, y'all, they violated the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act. That's what they basically saying. Section 2 of the Voting Rights Acts. So what's going to end up happening is going to be based off of the population, which when it's based off the population, they're not taking into account of racial areas, anything like that. Because, like, here's the thing. Because we're not segregated anything by law, like we don't have any segregation. Jim Crow laws doesn't exist anymore. Everything now, if you want to be one of super uber, alphabet community type situations, be like, well, yeah, we got male and female bathroom and all that shit. Hey, you're not living a reality. I'll keep it like that. But in this case, anybody can live anywhere pretty much. It's not unless you trying to move into an exclusive neighborhood, which is few and far between, and you probably couldn't afford living over there anyway in a lot of cases. But with this, it's gonna be based mostly off of population centers and stuff. Like the population centers is not gonna really change they districts as much, but now it's gonna be more balanced out. And a lot of these districts might end up staying blue. So we gonna see. This definitely hurts the Democrats on this, man. I'm gonna keep it above with you. This definitely hurt them. But hey, this came up, and look, this is what happened. So we'll see what happened in midterms on this. I'll get on my main subject. Bam. Yeah, I got two of those. Let me see. All right. So we're gonna get on the JP Morgan story. So this kind of blew up. I saw this probably around 10:30, 11 o'clock this morning. So the case of Lorna Ajendi, yeah, revealed how Indians are prevented from reaching top management positions in the U.S. Quote, you really think management would want some Indian boy leading organizations, quote unquote. If you don't have X with me tonight, I'm going to sabotage your promotion. Man, look, this shit right here was crazy. Now, there have been some pushback on this. I'm going to put it out there that maybe this been fabricated a little bit. But I'm gonna go through it. Then I'm gonna show the rebuttal. But like this went viral. So okay. Then allegedly remove her shirt, began upon her, situation in front, and racially insulted the employee's wife, remarking, quote, I bet your little Asian fish head wife doesn't have these kids. Oh, Phoenix, you gotta come here and read this. You gotta come here and read this. Come on, Phoenix. Nah, you can't just be listening. You gotta come and read this. This is a crazy story. Doe claims she forcibly removed his pants and performed, the top on him. You know what I mean? against his will. Okay. He continued to protest and began. The complaint says she'll repeatedly remind him that she owed him, that she controlled his promotions and bonuses, which he understood as a threat that she would block both if he refused. Twice, Doe claims that Ajini propositioned him for top in the office. Oh, one, this is hilarious. If this is true, it's heavily racist. But I'm just picturing myself in that thing if I was single, man. That's a bad. Okay, it's cool. It's cool. A birthday beach for the brown boy. Dead ass. I don't keep it a buck with you. That's the most hottest racist thing I've ever heard. Heard a woman say. That's some racist shit right there. Hey, APB. She didn't say, I effing own you. I will make you pay. Do you think you're gonna be in good standing if you do not have me in your corner? Yeah, it was edited. You think a management wants some brown boy Indian leading that should be organizations or nations. That don't make sense. If you don't F my brains out tonight, I'm gonna sabotage your promotion. Look, man. On June 9th, 2025, Doe says he received a voicemail from someone claiming to be a manager at JPS, telling him he wasn't welcome because of his skin color. Hold up. Adding that people don't want your kind here. Yeah, I don't know, man. That I don't buy that. So here's another part of it. The man who claimed he cried while receiving top from a female JP Morgan exec has been identified as 35-year-old Krisha Rana, according to New York Post. Look, man, he gotta be of the community. He gotta be of the community. Raina claimed in the now retracted court filing that the JPM exec called his white fish head. This is insane. While bragging about hurricanes, quote unquote. An internal investigation found zero wrongdoing from the exec, and Raina refused to cooperate with the investigation. He also attempted to negotiate a multi-million-dollar payout from the bank before exiting, which they declined. Oh shit! All right, that's And this is the last one. Yeah, yeah, I'm not crying. I'm pro. I'm pro. I like, you know, super straight, you know. But hey, if that ever made me cry, that gotta be something spectacular. Anyway, the allegation that JP Morgan executive Lorna Hajdini turned her staff into an ex-slave or fabricated. According to the New York Post, the outlet reports that the 35-year-old Chara Rana is the man who brought the lawsuit. The man accused Hajdini of forcing him to have sex with her. Quote, if you don't, if you say I'm gonna ruin you, you never get I effing on you. He accused of her saying, man, look, man. Hajdini was accused of asking Rana if she could give him top in the office, saying birthday top for the brown boy. Look, oh my God, man. That's just crazy. I don't know if that's crazy or the when Shannon Sharp, the text messages, old girl, what she was calling, yeah, that was crazy too, man. I understood why he got caught up, man. That's some different type of talk right there. That was crazy. JP Morgan strongly denies the claim. Quote, following an investigation, we don't believe there are any merit to these claims. While numerous employees cooperate with the investigation, the compliant refused to participate and has declined to provide facts that would be central to support his allegations, they said. The Post report that Rana, I'm assuming that's how to say it, did not even report to Hajdini, and that there were only colleagues on the leveraged finance team. Quote, he has tarnished her with the complete fabrication and ally told the ally. So I want to ask you this. Would you consider this a Me Too? That's the question I have right now. This seems like a Me Too situation. Like they was, and this the problem with, and he does, and hold up, let me see if I got the other part. Oh shit, it froze on me. All right, there you go. All right, I don't have that. So apparently, and this how she look. Apparently, I mean that's salute to her. Oh, I haven't heard about that, but like I don't know, man. Like I don't know, man. That whole story didn't sound right. Like, dude, do y'all understand? Unless he's of the community, I mean, I would stipulate this, but it is very hard for a dude to snitch on a situation like that. Like, cause like back out here, like unless it's a situation where okay, I'm married, I would probably have an issue in that situation because I'm not trying to break. I don't like to be on, and I don't like to disturb my peace in my household type situation. I can't have that. Now, unless there was something that changed in the situation where now, okay, this situation opened up. That's one thing, but I love my peace. I love the fact that the only drama I hear is from either YouTube or like maybe some sports shit going on, or maybe like some family shit that don't even. I'll be like, oh, okay, cool. Y'all having that little situation that's fucked up. Okay, blah blah blah. Hey, I gotta get out of there. You know, I got the phone. I gotta get ready for YouTube. Some type of shit. I like that. That's the type of mind life I like. I don't like drama in my life, in my household. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like that adds drama because, you know, of course she gonna want the time. That's why I don't never understood the whole mistress thing or cheating thing, everything like that. Unless there's a situation where you got played with and you about to be up out of there anyway. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, that I think I'm gonna wait on the PlayStation thing. So yeah, that whole story was crazy. And it ended up being look like it's a fabrication. Oh, do I want to go? So, which one y'all want to talk about? Y'all want to talk about some more Michael Jackson stuff? Or do y'all want to talk about I got somebody getting called out. Yeah, a good call out is good. The Hassan Piker thing was pretty wild. I think I'm gonna talk about the Hassan Piker thing. So, all right. There's a game that's out right now called Pragmatum. And it's basically like the premise of the game is you're a astronaut going to moon and you have to reboot. It's something going on that if you don't go and reboot like the AI there and clean up what happened on the base, it could damage Earth or something like that in that nature. So you go to you go to the moon and the AI end up being like a little girl. So it end up becoming like a dead daughter type of dynamic with the AI. It's pretty cool game. It's highly praised. So with that being said, people are upset about the game showing a strong masculine character protecting a young lady in a way as like a daughter type situation, like dead daughter situation. So Hassan Piker is one of them. Now, I'll stipulate this. Hassan Piker is what the left want. He's supposed to be the left's version of Joe Rogan to bring back the young men back to the fold of the Democrat Party and everything. This is his role. He'd been propped up by numerous campaigns and the DNC and everything. The media love him. His uncle is Cenk Uygur from the Young Turks. The whole night we went through this before. I'm just for anybody coming in to let you understand what his position is on the left right now. So let's read.
In any case, what is this? Capcom's Pragmata. Wait, did it come out already? Pragmata, it's making thousands of people suddenly want to start a family. You play as Hugh, a soldier stranded on a ruined lunar research station. His job is protecting the childlike android Diana while fighting rogue AI. It's out already? Is it good? Isn't this like Death Stranding? In one emotional moment, she gives him a crayon drawing of the two of them together as a little family. Even streamers who say at the start.
By the way, I can show you a crayon painting by my youngest right now. It's something like that. It's over here by my TV in the game room, whatever. And this is that I feel this. I feel this because like that's what daughters do. Like they like to try to press daddy, man, and they want our protection. So this fuckhead don't understand. And I'm a gamer too, by the way. Just to let y'all know, I'm a gamer too. If y'all don't know, let's read.
Start. They didn't want kids, end up breaking down happy in tears. So what's really interesting about this is all of these unfuckable losers in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting families and stuff. And I don't understand like why this has become a thing that they care about. Like if you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things that you actually enjoy, right? If you're a fucking lonely gamer who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman, why do you care? Like, why do you care?
All right. So here's the problem with this fucker don't understand, right? How did they become this lonely gamer that haven't experienced women and everything? Part of that is because of things you supported, like the Me Too's and all that bullshit, even though you started out as a man. Believe it or not, he started out one of those pickup line dudes. That's what he started off as, dude bro type, right? And I used to be that gamer, and then I got laid. Like I was in a different time frame where, okay, you play football. Okay, if you game, you still was dateable and everything, or you just, if you presentable, you could still get like dates and stuff. What's going on now is a whole different aspect where, like, anything a man could, at one point, anything a male like try to approach a woman, and everything on some like respect, try to talk to them type shit. Even if they take care of themselves and do everything, that could be an end of your career, end of your livelihood right there. Just because you might try to talk to the wrong woman at the time. So with it, he's trying to caveat all this to this one particular type of gamer, which they do exist, but I might add. But he doesn't understand that it's pretty much expanded past that one little demographic in the gaming community. It's pretty much everywhere. Like, it's a lot of dudes that's lost and lonely. Same, a lot of women lost and lonely. I mean, I talk about this with the woman on the woman aspect. How now a lot of women dress in a certain way because they are lonely. They're trying to get whatever date they can get. They're trying to show whatever they got to get to attract, because now a lot of women figured out, hey, we fucked up with this Me Too shit. We fucked up because of the pandemic. We didn't have nobody around. Okay, I need to find somebody. I need to latch on to somebody right now, or it's gonna be too late for me. So you're having a little bit both sides and everything. Then of course social media gonna highlight all the streams like this fucker right here. And there we are. That's why a lot of gamers are going towards this, because newsflash, motherfucker, a lot of men want to be dads. They want to be fathers. They want to carry a legacy. You know, that's pretty much all. That's the hero trope, and that's the graduated part of the hero trope. You gonna get the woman, and then what you usually do when you get the woman, you say to the woman, you create a family. You create something that's gonna build your legacy on. That's the whole point. That's what we always go to when we look at stories, is that template of overcoming adversity, getting a woman of your dreams through the adversity and everything, and creating a legacy through harsh times and stuff, you know? But this dude look at things in a fucking surface level. He don't understand that shit.
Care about having children or like riding for having children. Like, if they changed hot Cheetos, if they changed the recipe of hot Cheetos, if they changed the recipe of, like, I don't know, Dr. Pepper or something, and you fucking freaked out about that, that makes sense, right? Like, that's precisely what your life is about. But as far as like LARPing about starting families and whatnot, this is something.
Again, he's so fucking out of touch, right? There's no fucking LARP. It's called biology. Men want to have, 9 times out of 10, if a dude find a woman that's he finds capable of starting a family with, he would want to start a family with. He would want to settle down with. The problem what we do have right now is a lot of people gave up because your side things you call it creepy to be a regular man. It was creepy to be like compliment somebody. We had to do all this other bullshit, jump through hoops and everything to just be cordial to a woman in a lot of ways, So basically what I'm saying, like, you made it harder to for these men to find that love of their life so they could create. So now you're gonna denigrate them because now that's what they sharing, what they really want to have. And they're expressing it by buying this game and saying how great it is. I still haven't played the game, by the way. I want to do it. It's a lot of games I ain't been playing, man, because like, hey, work in this. Let's read.
That I never understand. It just doesn't make any sense to me, because
a lot of things don't make sense to you. That's why you're a dumbass. We everybody know this. Come on, why you hurting your head on this?
It's just not something that you're gonna experience ever for your life, for the rest of your life.
So you think all? I ain't gonna say you think all games. You think games in general. Yeah, I am saying you think all games. We just all just sitting around, fucking. We never gonna experience love. We never gonna. Man, fuck you, dude. I got a wife in there right now. She a gamer too. And look, I don't shock my dog either. You fucking let me shut up.
Life, right?
And his chat going off on them right now. You know what? You know pussies like this that talk that shit. When they get a little pushback, they chat going hard on them, or pushback in general. He start getting that look on his face. He's like, "Oh my god, I'm not the most popular person right now. They're not agreeing with me."
Also, I will say, Japanese game, putting a child in there.
Why your mind going there? See, something's wrong with this motherfucker. Why did your mind go, okay, let's finish.
You're playing with fire. Okay.
How they playing with fire? Explain that shit to me. How the fuck they playing with fire? It's a father, daughter dynamic. I have 2 daughters. How's that playing with fire? Tell me.
Okay. Don't get mad at me for saying this, but I feel like any Japanese game you put like a child, it's gonna invite maybe the worst possible.
How did your mind go there? All right. Word to the wise. If your mind, if you are a law-abiding straight man that thinks anything he's seeing where it's discussing, never bring this what he's trying to bring up. Never bring this up, because what happens is me as a regular human being that have daughters, that plays games, that understand where they going with as in the father-daughter dynamic, because I have daughters. I understand where they're going in. I understand context of this. It's kind of weird your head went to that fucking position. Pause. That sounds crazy. Your brain went to the darkest part. So that made me think, why did your mind go there? Because my mind never went there. You know what I mean? Let's read.
A fandom, I know
That's the saying in the sector. Let's read. It's a saying. So I'm not actually reading. I'm listening. So for dumbasses that might see this on a viral clip or whatever, it means let's continue.
no, it's not like that. I'm sure the game is not like that, but there will be people who take it like that.
Why do you give a fuck about what them people doing? How about this? Let's wait till that happens. Then you call it out like a normal human being doing. You don't think nasty shit. Let me calm down. You don't think nasty shit and make it a concern. That makes you make it like you think you've been thinking about that shit. It looks weird. But that's pretty much it. Now, my favorite leaning left commentator, Sean Head, has something to say about this. Shout out Sean Head.
Desire to procreate and start a family. Oh, you want to meet a woman and settle down and have a family? Maybe have a house, 2 dogs? You sick fuck. We've reached radioactive levels of incel propaganda.
So that's incel propaganda when men discuss, say, hey, I would like to have a wife and kids one day. I want to have my daughter would be. I want to have my son would be. I get to show them all the stuff. Like, what? Quick thing. My daughter's 10th birthday was earlier this month, right? And one thing I got her, she liked to draw. She's might be an actor one. I mean, might be in the arts. I got to go take her to see Michael, but that's another story. I bought her How to Draw the Marvel Way. Now, if you don't know what How to Draw the Marvel Way is, that's a I think Stan Lee and John Romita made a I think maybe Chris Claremont was part of that too. Made a book for you know, young it was like a young kid book to teach youngsters and teenagers how to draw Marvel characters. And the process they went, it shows a breakdown how they came up with like Spider-Man, you know, Fantastic Four, X-Men, Thor, the Avengers, all that shit, right? Captain America, all that shit. So I bought that for her and everything. It was like a good moment because I had it as a kid. Like I used to doodle and everything. I had got that from the library, so I went and found on Amazon. It was a good moment, right? And that's part of what men dream of, is to show their passions to their kids when they actually ask for it. Like I would love it for my daughters and stuff like that. Hey, let's watch Lord of the Rings. So let's watch, even when they get older, let's watch oh man, you got the let me watch Gundam or some shit like that. Or something I used to love, Dragon Balls, or shit, fucking, I was talking to one of my coworkers about Samurai Shampoo. I ain't seen that in years. And you know, it'd be cool to just be able to watch things and enjoy things with somebody, you know, that you created. I don't know. And that's just part of the charm of having a family, man. But fuckers like son ain't gonna get him. Fuckers like the far left that kind of despise manhood in general, they're not gonna get it either. So let's read.
What the f does incel mean anymore? I feel like I ask this in every single video. This tweet got thousands of
mean
likes. I
anything.
feel like I am going insane. Where does the incel part come from? Like, they want men to be open about their emotions, and then men are open about their emotions, and then they're just called Nazis or incels or both. Usually both. It's usually a package deal. And this tweet came from a man to make things worse. A
And it's always a dickhead like that too.
grown-ass man saw another grown-ass man speaking about the normal human desire to want a family and want children one day, and called him an incel. Cockroach behavior.
In any case, what is
Oh,
this?
here we go.
Capcom's Pragmata. Wait, did it come out already? Pragmata, it's making thousands of people suddenly want to start a family. You play as Hugh, a soldier, stranded on a ruined
I already
lunar
played this,
research
but we'll
station as
play
your
it
job is
again.
protecting the childlike android Diana while fighting rogue AI. In one emotional moment, she gives him a crayon drawing of the two of them together as a little family. Even streamers who say at the start they didn't want kids end up breaking down happy in tears. So what's really interesting about this is all of these unfuckable losers in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting families and stuff. And I don't understand like why this has become a thing that they care about. Like, if you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things that you actually enjoy, right? If you're a lonely gamer who has never been around a woman
I'm gonna give y'all a heads up. She's about to go off on them. By the way, just give me a heads up.
and will never have sex with a woman, why do you care? Like, why do you care about having children or like riding for having children? Like, it's
Such
just
a
not
dumbass
something that you're
statement.
going to experience ever for your life, for the rest of your life, right? This is something that I never understand.
Wow, maybe there's a reason people are yearning to start a family and can't afford to have one and can't seem to find a partner. They feel alienated from their work and atomized from their community. If only there was a political commentator around to speak about all this. Oh well, guess not. First of all, the only care about something if it affects you is extremely libertarian coded and also very weird coming from a guy who understandably wants everybody to care.
Oh, the libertarian code. Nah, that's not fully libertarian. I got a little libertarian streak in me. That's not fully libertarian. I get what you're trying to say. Yeah, that's a little weird, but hey, you can have that opinion.
About a genocide that is happening across the ocean. Second of all, what is this nihilistic horseshit? You never aspire for anything, never aim for greatness and meaning. This is the dude the media wants.
And the thing is, he's part of far left. So a lot of that, he wants to inspire defeatism. So when you get people to feel defeated, right? You could swoop in and be their savior through government, government control. That's the play. So that's where he's been nihilistic. He's like, well, you're never gonna be able to do that. and you're not made to do this. That's the same thing the Soviets used to do and everything. It's a trick. You gotta pay attention to cats like that. Like, man, like a little black situation. Let's say you're at the barbershop and you're talking about, hey, we go, you talking business shit, like, hey, we go put money in, let's go buy a couple acres and let's put, you know, they need a car park over here. They need a not even a car park, they need a RV park over here. Let's put a couple money together. Let's do, you know, do a money dance. Oh man, you know the work they ain't made for us. We ain't gonna do this. Blah 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 blah. The naysayers always got some shit to say. Now some cases they might be right. I'm not gonna say like some people just have dumbass ideas. But if there's an idea that actually is gonna produce some money, some profit, and everything, that could be a money making situation. If they always denouncing that, you gotta always watch out for cats like that. So again, that goes with what Hassan's doing there. He's trying to demoralize a certain group that he actually doesn't like. You see what I'm saying? So he saying that is to demoralize is a technique.
Us to believe is going to save young men from the alt-right pipeline. Yeah, okay. And I love how he's like, unfuckable losers. Like, okay, congrats on the sex, bro. Check out this sex haver over here. I'm sure all those unfuckable losers could easily go to foreign brothels and pay for sex like you, Hassan. Something weird about a man who could easily consensually get sex from a woman but chooses to go to a brothel. I don't know. Just saying. Also, 35? No kids? Like, I'm sorry, that just pisses me off. Like, sitting in his ugly ass.
All right. 35 with no kids, like, it's weird. It's weird that you gotta go to brothels to get laid when you a multi-millionaire. It's odd. Like, yeah, that's just odd. Like, no, I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. Like, I love having kids, man. I mean, I just love having kids, like especially sharing shit. I don't get the whole mindset Hassan got, man. I never gonna understand it.
$600.
The problem is find somebody that want to have kids with. That's the trick. But like having kids is great, man.
Gucci sweater. I swear I've never seen this guy in a fucking normal ass t-shirt, sitting on his high horse, looking down at people for wanting something more out of life. I don't understand how someone could be so mentally mind raped that this is their reaction to such like a simple, wholesome concept. Like literally, no joke, the entire meaning of life is somehow confusing to Hassan Piker.
Oh, and I'm gonna give you a heads up. He didn't take this well. Here we go.
Bro, you were on the last shoe on head video. I will literally shoot you up with a gun if you bring that shit up in here, okay? Why? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to go out, purchase a shotgun, shoot myself in the face, not die in the process, but at least lose significant chunks of my fucking...
You act as if we believe you have a significant size brain in the first place. That sounds crazy. We don't think you have a brain anyway. I mean, you doing that, you making that analogy just doesn't really work because we already assume that you're a fucking idiot. I don't. To this day, I don't understand why people watch a song unless you believe it's bullshit. But hey, here we go.
Brain so I can operate at the same substandard, suboptimal IQ level that Shoe on Head and her dumb fuck audience operates in, so I can do a regular response to that? Is that what you want me to do?
This is called Crash Out.
Do you want me to lose chunks of my brain? Do you want me to John Fetterman myself so I can understand the compelling argument that Shoe on Head makes? One that should have been left in the dustbin of history all the way back in 2016. Ooh, look at me. I'm an emo girl, and I change my politics all the fucking time. Ooh, look at me.
So if you change your politics once outside of his little bubble, you change it all the time, by the way.
As an emo girl, I look like that one meme on the internet. Okay? 4chan guys who are now 38 years old want to
This is the same guy that went down to Cuba kissing their ass, by the way, just letting y'all know. He went to China kissing their ass. He goes everywhere to kiss ass, by the way. But he's talking about showing her head, changing her political leanings just because like that side that includes him or fucking batshit crazy. Yeah, that's a problem for him, you know.
rap to me. Fuck. Why would you openly admit that you listen to Shoe on Head in 2026, man? What the fuck is
How dare you listen to anything other than me? That's the translation. How dare you? I'm supposed to be your leader right now. I'm supposed to be the only one you listen to. And don't bring me anything anybody else say, because you know I know more than everybody, even though, you know, I still go to brothels. I gotta go brothels get laid. Yeah.
wrong with you? People like Shoe on Head are basically a humanoid version of a fucking Reddit aggregator. They just spit out shit that they see on subreddit.
By the way, most of his fan base are gamers that go to Reddit and do what exactly he's saying. So he's dissing his fan base again.
So why the fuck are you going there? You might as well just go to the subreddit directly and read all the commentary that they turn into video essays. Jesus Christ. What an unbearable
Why is he whining?
fucking way to exist, dude. Oh, I'm getting all my politics from Shoe on Head. Honestly, good luck, dude.
Crash as
People
real.
should be more embarrassed, okay? What happened to shame? What happened to shame? If you're getting your
I don't know. You tell me, what happened to your shame? You going to brothels? What happened to your shame? Oh, you know, you answer that. You answer your own question, man.
politics from a person like Shoe on Head, you should be embarrassed. Go spend some time in the real world. Try to explain to people that this is the
Shoe on Head describes something in the real world, as in a man would kind of desire a lot of times, unless you're of that community, even if you're in that community, you will yearn to have some type of legacy you could leave down to somebody. And majority of that comes from a man desire to having kids in a lot of cases. Now, it's some assholes out here that are like, well, I don't want no kids. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not talking about you. You could stay in your own little your own little session of life and just say, I don't want no kids. You could be that. Be that. That's cool. You might not want one wife. You be that too. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about you, the regular Joe that would like to, oh yeah, have a wife, kids, you know, and have some type of functional piece of the American dream. If you're not that type, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about regular people. You in the outskirts.
the person that's educating you on your worldview. God, it's like saying, oh, I get my politics from fucking Patrick Bet David. Oh my God, the thing.
Oh, God forbid you listen to anybody outside of me. I'm gonna diss everybody that's not me because you know I think I'm the best. I'm the best thing rolling. And then y'all wonder why there's a masculinity problem on the left. He's pretty much supposed to be that masculinity savior, and he sound like a little bitch. This is the issue y'all got, man. Y'all need real dudes to kind of speak up and be like and be reasonable. He ain't reasonable. He's a bitch. It is what it is, man.
Things I want to say to people like this.
He's upset because he's getting a little pushback. See, a little pushback just shows everybody how they really are. Oh, Hassan. I'm gonna save the story. Oh, my voice going away. I say that too. Let me see if I can find something else. Excuse me. Oh shit. Oh, AI. Oh, I got AI came through.
Good luck on your first day at JP Morgan, sweetie. I'm so proud of you. You're gonna do great.
So I guess you're gonna be working for me, huh?
Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. Let me know what I can do for you.
Oh, don't worry.
Why
I
I got
will.
this?
You're doing great work here. But if you want to move up and get that promotion at the end of the year, you're gonna need to earn it. I bet your wife doesn't have these. Do you want a future at JP Morgan or not? If you don't do this with me soon, I'm gonna ruin you. Never forget, I own you. Birthday present for my man? You're gonna need to earn it.
Hey, sweetie, is everything okay?
All right. I think it's another one. Hold up. It's another one.
Stay at JP.
All right. I think Psyop got something. Psyop anime. Hold up. Oh, there you go. All right. This might get tagged. It might get copyrighted, but hey, let's roll.
広大な砂漠と果てしない海を越え、この大陸の彼方にある魔法のような場所の伝説が語られている。乾いた空気が流れる川によって和らぐ場所。彼への思いに空気を戻さない。そこで、誕生日が本当の意味を持つ場所だ。満月のように巨大な台風がある。孤独な夜に泥を重ねたものが報える種類だ。
Shout out to Psyop, man. That's hilarious. They look like they were about to go. They were leaving to go to you leaving Pharaoh and shit. He's like, we going to JP Morgan. All right, that's good. Oh, got some news. This. You know what? I could wait till tomorrow on that. Let me. Hey. No, you know, fuck it. So, this is dropped this evening.
Democrats are decrying the Supreme Court ruling today against a black majority district in Louisiana that rolls back a key provision of the Voting Rights Act. We get details tonight from Fox News chief legal correspondent, anchor of Fox News Sunday, Shannon Bream.
Certainly, the precedent of this decision will impact other states.
As redistricting fights across the country aim to reshape the midterm playing field, the Supreme Court has issued a decision that could send states scrambling to redraw maps in a move seen favorable to Republicans and one that has the potential to impact somewhere in the neighborhood of roughly 20 current congressional districts.
Which you considered a win for who?
A win for Republicans.
I love it.
The 6-3 opinion finds Louisiana erred in drawing a second predominantly black district, which it had done in response to earlier litigation challenging its map at the time. Justice Alito writing for the majority, quote, no compelling interest justified the state's use of race in creating SB 8. That map is an unconstitutional gerrymander, and its use would violate the plaintiff's constitutional rights. Justice Thomas authored a concurring opinion joined by Justice Gorsuch, going beyond the majority's ruling. Quote, I would go further and hold that Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act does not regulate districting at all. The dissenters, Justices Kagan, Sotomayor, and Jackson, warn they fear Section 2 is essentially, quote, a dead letter following today's decision. The consequences are likely to be far-reaching and grave. If other states follow Louisiana's lead, the minority citizens residing there will no longer have an equal opportunity to elect candidates of their choice.
I think what the Supreme Court is saying is it doesn't matter what communities are actively harmed, so long as you can't prove intent.
It's unclear whether some legislatures will now be able, if they want, to redraw their maps in time to affect the midterms, since primary voting has already started in many states.
So, breaking, it's official. Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry has suspended U.S. House primaries until July, following Supreme Court ruling race-based districts are unconstitutional. Louisiana will now redraw the congressional map, which could eliminate all Democrat districts before. Oh, that is insane. And here's another one. You got Alabama. There's a lot of things getting triggered right now within the last 5 hours. This just in, the red state of Alabama is now moving to get a new congressional map drawn by asking the Supreme Court to step in for following the anti-racial gerrymandering ruling. Alabama has districts that are clearly racially drawn. SCOTUS should step in and let he give me his opinion. Expedited consideration is necessary to afford Alabama the same opportunity as other states to use lawful enacted congressional maps free of an injunction that can be reconciled with Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act as properly construed. Calais the vacate the hold on. This is, let me go back here.
Supreme Court, we've been waiting months for this decision, okay?
Every week.
Yes, there was a
they
question
just showing that
before the
again.
court as to whether or not.
So yeah, Alabama's getting active in that. It might be other states, but that's the first two. Louisiana and what you call it. It's gonna affect Mississippi. It's probably gonna affect all the South. What's up, Easy? Oh, and this on CNN. And this happened. Brandon Tatum posted, but this is why I read the last story right here.
Republican Party are chipping away at the long-term advantage that Democrats have had with black voters, with African Americans. You can see it right here. Look, Trump's approval among African Americans at this point in term one, he was at 12%. You know, he's been losing ground with a lot of people. He's gaining ground with African Americans. He's up to 16% at this point. And you say, this isn't that big of a shift. But I will tell you, Republicans absolutely love this shift that's going on because Democrats have had such a long-term advantage. The fact that he's actually gaining ground versus where he was in term number one, this has major implications for elections down the line because Democrats, especially in a lot of these tight races, you talk about places like Georgia, right down in the South, you see this type of movement for Trump actually gaining ground. This could have major ramifications and could help put Republicans over the top.
See, the thing is too, like when they change the districts and stuff, you might end up getting more black Republican congressmen and whatever. You know, it's not going to matter. Everybody got 2 senators, but the House, you might have a whole different move going on. So I would tell anybody, like, if you want to get in politics down in the South, you might, and want to get some enact change, you might want to put R by your name right now, because that's where it's leaning towards right now. And then, you know, just create your own little space in the GOP under that big umbrella type situation, right? Until further notice, because now if they can't gerrymander through races and stuff, you're gonna probably have equalized representation across the board and everything. So I mean, this is an opportunity if y'all were trying to get in politics. This is a big opportunity. I'm just talking about the brothers and sisters in the chat and anybody watch the replay. I'm just looking at the numbers.
Up in a number of southern places in the midterm elections.
But do you see this as part of a bigger trend?
I see this as absolutely part of a bigger trend. Donald Trump's Republican Party is absolutely gaining ground, not just him gaining in terms of his approval rating, but look at the party ID margin, Kate, because this to me was absolutely stunning. Look at this party ID margin among African Americans at this point. In Trump term number one, Democrats had a 63-point advantage. That is absolutely fallen. Look at where it is now. A double-digit shift away.
And part of that is because the left right now, they're pushing away the men of these communities. Like, it used to be because of different aspects and a lot of people that a lot of boys and like we promote and we support and everything, that would have a deep effect on us. But when you have a lot of scandals happening, and now we in the social media world, so like I matter of fact, I was just watching Michael the other day. I had a review on it. I posted earlier today and everything, right? So one of the things that was he was like perfect for the time just because of he was pretty much a child of the 50s and 60s for the rise of the television and cinema alike, and then in the music industry. So a lot of stuff, a lot of his writing of the songs and stuff was influenced by the media he was consuming at the time. So he was a perfect storm for that time frame, the post, I would say post Vietnam era, all that time. So what I mean by that, right, is that you don't have that unifying force that's gonna keep people in line because of you support this group and support that group. I'm not saying Michael Jackson was that type, but you had other singers and stuff that would definitely lean one way or another and be open about it, like Stevie Wonders and Aretha's and everybody like that. They leaned a certain way after everything passed and everything, right? So that had an effect. Like, you control the icons of our community, and they tell us to go vote a certain way, and we go do it. Now, who is that? Who's doing that? Like, we look at every one of the stars, in a different light now. I mean, did they go to the Diddy parties? Did they go to Epstein? Did you do this, do this? We know everything they done because of social media and everything. So I firmly believe because of that, that was a easy. That was so many votes just having people that celebrities co-sign a certain politician. It was just but right now that's probably it's gonna be hard for that to work on that side, because then a lot of people got questions. Why are you doing this? Or they blackmail you? We start thinking in those terms that we never thought in back in the day. Let's go.
Democrats, of course, still have the advantage, but it's a 12-point shift to the Republican Party. And I look back through Gallup's records. They sent me their records. And this, in fact, lead that Democrats have is actually smaller than any lead from 2006 to 2021. So Democrats are leading. But again, we're talking about chipping away. Republicans are chipping away at this long-term advantage that Democrats have had among African Americans. We see it in terms of Trump's approval rating, and we even see it to a wider degree among the party ID margin, where all of a sudden there are a number of African Americans who are walking away from the Democratic Party and a number of them who are walking into the Republican tent.
Yep. I believe that because, like, this is the first time in my life I remember people actually talking about taxes and people actually talking about, like, you do still got crazies like some people in the fall. Oh yeah, look at the gas price. You ain't making it affordable. Yeah, well, it's true and stuff. But the thing is, what hurts their argument, they should have been, if you bet the economy, you've been working with them from day one to make sure the economy stay afloat, just in case something like this happen. Then if something like Iran happen, you have a case to be made. But that's beside the point. So I definitely see this because, like, we talk about, like, I'm a millennial, Gen Z. You have to understand what Gen Z they dealt with going to school during the COVID situation. What's up, King Mills? So they perspective is going to be totally different from Gen X and yeah. Gen X and millennial, like, their whole perspective is going to be totally different. And then you have to understand this, like, a lot of the dudes, like what we were just talking about, what Sean Piker was talking about, like as in dissing, he was dissing pretty much that the Gen Z and Gen Alpha boys that being kind of left behind and haven't had that experience with like women, the whole nine, and just financially left behind. A lot of them gonna be disgruntled through because of people like Hassan Piker and people like the whole Me Too movement and all this stuff, and the people, they're gonna be more against a lot of stuff. They're gonna be more right wing anyway. Shit, a lot of them going so deep. They rocking with they going with like what Tucker Carlson I'm talking about, which right now, I mean, it's gonna be hard for me to just go with that because like I kind of know geopolitics, but that's another story. But like these kids, you denigrate every man from, and you attack every hobby they have. And it makes sense for them to go with like celebrate Andrew Tate or celebrate somebody that might be a little bit more rough around the edges and stuff, right? It makes sense because like you've been denigrating every man everywhere for the last 10, 15 years. So that's gonna have an effect. And then now you seeing the effect because like now Trump, to them, they like he looking at them, they looking at them like, shit, Trump, do what you gotta do. They not getting super offended and worried about how this look on the world stage and everything. They almost like fuck the world. I can't buy a house. I'm almost in my 30s. I can't buy a house type shit. They on that type of time. They're not hearing nothing y'all talking about. They're not hearing about fucking Russia, what Russia gonna do. They don't give a fuck. They're like, man, look, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna pay this car note. This car note damn near G. How I'm gonna pay this? And I just got a regular V6 not Mustang. I don't got a Mustang. I got a Mustang. I don't have no V6 Mustang, but like I don't even make them no more. I'm talking about as a Gen Z. Well, I can't even afford scat packs and everything I want. Like they getting the rough end of the stick. So yeah, they gonna look at Trump as a savior. I ain't gonna say savior. They gonna look at him as like the NRB out in that situation, But hey, what I know, man, I'm just a YouTuber with a job, everything. But hey, you know what? This is all I got. It's been an hour 20 minutes, and I hope y'all was entertained and informed of what's going on. And y'all like, share, subscribe, and please, if you're doing a replay, give me some comments, man. I really appreciate it. Peace.